Welcome back, Kasim and John teaching Google Ads. Today we're gonna pick on, I think, a darling of the PPC industry, and that's squeeze pages.
Yeah, or better known as the more common term that people I think I wouldn't say really misinterpret, but sometimes mislabel as a landing page.
Well, so
Um,
that's something we should cover too, just as far as semantics are concerned. A landing page is any page on your website that you send traffic to.
yeah, but then you think about like landing page builder, it's like, oh no, this is the landing page.
Yeah, the issue
Yeah.
though is what a lot of agencies do, and a lot of just marketers in general, is they build these pages that are specific for traffic that are restrictive. They don't have menu, they don't have navigation, they don't have what you would traditionally see in normal website pages. And then they
Yeah.
drive traffic to it thinking like, oh, if I restrict what people are allowed to do, they're more likely to convert. And I think that used to be true. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, before folks kind of started to reverse engineer the way that marketers were functioning, I imagine that there was at least a root of truth to that.
hmm
Are you going to challenge me on that, or do you feel that's comfortable to say?
I say that's comfortable, and it's really comfortable too because mobile traffic. Everyone's building like mobile first and mobile friendly websites. It's been thinking like mobile first now for quite some time, quite so many years. And when you write a content or landing page to be mobile friendly, you think, well, I'm going to have them land on the page on their phone and they look at this video and then they're going to scroll down and see the call to action. They're going to scroll down and see a testimony, then scroll down and see a call to action, and scroll down and look at a product feature highlight, and scroll down and see a call to action. And while that works, I think people are starting to
Figure it out.
yeah, they're starting to get away from it. They're like, okay, cool. I've ordered that thing off of Instagram that was drop shipped from AliExpress and took 9 weeks to get here. So I want to know who you are. I think that's starting to happen more and more with Instagram influencers, Facebook. You want to say, okay, I know that the product's there, but now I think consumers are getting more and more educated. As the Gen X and Gen Y and even baby boomer generation and the millennials, as we're all starting to mature in our online experience because it's become more and more of our daily lives. I think that people are starting to say like, okay, I know what they want me to do, but one of the things that we see in Hotjar and Lucky Ords most often is as soon as they get on the page, they click on the logo and then they go right back to the homepage. And
Yeah.
then
Well,
and then
another thing that I've seen too when I look at analytics, and this is the point you were making earlier, but the about page is the second most traffic page.
yeah, our second most traffic page on our site is the about page. And it just makes so much sense because I mean we're a team of Google Ads specialists working at agency. They want to know more about our team. If it's just John and Cosmo, like, well, I don't know if I'm going to trust them with $80,000 per month in spend. What if John, gets hit by a bus or Cosmo gets sick? Like, am I out of luck? So people want to know. That's why landing pages are built now with so many different features. Like you need social proof, you need a testimonial, you need to have a product video, then you need to have your product highlight, then you need to have a really compelling description, and then you need to have a call to action. They try to cram all this into one big page, but then they just forgot about shipping policy and return. Like people want to know if they buy it, will they return? Okay, put that on the landing page.
Yeah, it's all the stuff that would otherwise be found on your site. Well,
Yeah.
so I want to share something with you just because I get a kick out of tooting my own horn. And
Yeah.
B, I want our viewers to know that we're not beating up on landing pages for the sake of it. I wrote the beginner's guide for PPC landing pages for Search Engine Journal. So here's SEJ. They're one of the larger organizations out there. And this is 2014. So we've been landing page thought leaders since 2014, but it's not something that I'm not going to get romantic about a strategy just because it's, academically what everybody wants to push. I think we need to move towards what works. And John, you're the one that really pointed this out to me in the very beginning because we started split testing it. We were split testing sending traffic to squeeze pages or the website. And at a certain point, it was the users or our client websites that started to outperform squeeze pages.
Yeah. And I think a bigger thing too is like, looking at mass amounts of data. I think we become and sort of an expert obviously in this industry. And let me share my screen to share with you what kind of data I look at. Here's just for your peace of mind and also to kind of, elevate us as a thought leadership. And it's since May 1st, so May, June. So, this last 60 days, we managed in our one MCC account, almost $500,000 in Google Ad spend last 2 months. It's something that and across, many, many, many multiples of clients. I think we have in this account, I think 80 or 90 accounts in this account. So what's nice about this is we have the data. It's not something we're like, oh, you know what, that, you know, Jerry, the fish bait and tackle guy, you know, his landing page doesn't work. So I don't think this is gonna work. No, but it's something with a, you
I
know,
just say we have
cross.
nothing against bait and tackle people. Like, if you need your ads run, we're an agency for you. We don't discriminate.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't
Jerry.
smile at John throwing barbs there. There's some good old, you know.
And I actually fish, so Jerry's bait and tackle. I'm sorry. I'd love to run your Google ads, and I'll do an evaluation for free. But knowing that, you know, we have a lot of data, looking at the same time frame, May 1st to June 30th. This is one of our clients. Obviously, we can't show their name, but and $14,000 worth of ad spend and 90, you know, 89, 90 leads, and we generate people looking for a this I want to use this example because it's something important. This is a client that we're looking to generate caregiving assistance to the elderly. So these are most often elderly people or relatives of the elderly people looking for a in-home care for their family members. So I say that because if you're going to have anybody come over and take care of grandma, you're going to want to know more than what's on a landing page or what's on a squeeze page. You're going to want to know how long you've been in business, how many, do you have any awards? What's your, you know, safety during, you know, right now I'm probably going to date the video, but we're in the COVID pandemic and we all make it on live. And if you see this video here, it'll be kind of funny. But you know, what's their COVID safety procedures and standard protocols? They want to know all that stuff. They want to know more. And so we look over here, each one of our campaigns, what you're looking at is pages per session. And so we have, you know, 31 leads, 32 leads, 28 leads, 7 leads. So we have, you know, pretty good span across the board. And of the 31 and 27 leads, it's 3.5 pages and 2 3/4 of a page per session. What this means is how many pages are they visiting per session? If we drive them to a landing page, but it's not a custom built squeeze page pasted onto their site. We're sending this traffic to the most relevant page on the site that a user is looking for. So if they have, for example, I'm going to use one that's not our client so I don't have any sort of you know, breach of privacy. But if you're looking for someone that specifically cares for the blind elderly, for example, we would send them to the elderly care for the blind page on their site. Now that page is on the site. It's not been posted there. It's not been pre-built or anything. It's already there. It's on the website. We're just simply sending them to the most relevant landing page that's existing on their site. And since that's our protocol, you still see on average 3.18 for the last 2 months across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different campaigns, 3.1 pages per session. And that's not to include the converters, because obviously our conversion rates are fairly decent, you know, in the 2, 3, 5%. It's a fairly competitive industry. But what's nice is, you know, we're not saying like 100% conversions, and then obviously those numbers would be how many people converted. But you can see that people want to know at least 2 other pages when they get to the site, even if it's the most relevant. So they're navigating somewhere else. They're navigating off of that page and saying, okay, I want to know more about you. And if you miss that on your landing page, if you don't have that on your squeeze page, your conversion rates will never come in. You'll never get people to convert, and then you won't know why. So making that assumption, in my opinion, you're taking a fairly big risk in saying, nope, I know everything everybody ever wants to see, and I'm going to put it all on one page for you. And that's a risk you're going to take by using a squeeze page or a custom built landing page.
Yeah, well, and I also think that there's something about, you mentioned earlier, the educated consumer. There's something about limiting what people have available to them that doesn't let them adjust to their buying patterns or needs. You're not just saying, I know everything that you need to know. You're also saying, I know the sequence in which you need to know it, and I know what's most important to you. And people are so different. And what resonates with them is you know, obviously multifaceted. There's a reason you spend so much time, effort, and energy on your website. And if you're not giving people the opportunity to traverse throughout it, you know, I'm not saying don't have consistent calls to actions, do, but there's a reason it's called a squeeze page. And I think that's, you know, it's a clear pejorative, and we just probably shouldn't be doing it.
I can't remember the last time I went to a website and took any sort of call to action that was a one-page website. If I get to a page and it's a one-page website, I make it like my life's mission. I'm like, no, I'm gonna find your website. Like,
yeah, no, I do the exact same thing. I find the URL, and if there's a subdomain, I'd like delete the subdomain and I go back around.
I erase everything after the / after the .com. It's like, no, give me right back to where I wanted to. But like, if they have no navigation, I'm like, it's what do you got? What are you hiding?
Well, not only that, I almost kind of don't think you're a real company. I'm like, are you just some beta test somebody's doing to see whether or not this is going to work?
Right. I'm the B test and the A/B test.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. So if you disagree with us or interested in to hear why, hit us in the comments. Just be kind. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit John's bell.
yeah. Hit the bell
And
notification.
we'll see
Yeah.
y'all.
Sounds good.
Hashtag Live.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.